From the new Persona 5 and Steins Gate Zero anime to Sony acquiring one of the biggest distributors of anime in America, Funimation. I'm your host, Anime Sam, and this is AniNews. What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of AniNews. Today might not be the longest episode for news, but damn were there some important releases and announcements. So let's get right into it with the first preview, which is for the upcoming Persona 5 TV anime. So in case you've never heard of the hit RPG by Atlus for PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, it's basically a social simulation about a group of people who fight dark forces by harnessing personas, which is essentially a manifestation of their inner psyche, or pretty much a stand. But yeah, the trailer you're seeing now is the short preview for it, and it's being done by Studio A1 Pictures. The expected release date is in 2018, but if you would like to see what a Persona anime looks like, then there's already a single episode prologue called Persona 5, The Daybreakers, and you can watch that on Crunchyroll. Next up is yet another Fate franchise that's coming out next year. This one is called FateExtra Last Encore, and I'm sure with all the Fate Apocrypha and Heaven's Feel hype, it would have been pretty easy to forget about this series. So let me jog your memory a bit. This one is being done by Studio Shaft, so we get another completely different style for the Fate series. However, this isn't your typical Holy Grail War setting. No, this is an isekai. It's an action fantasy featuring a main character that wakes up in a strange virtual world with no memories of how he got there. This MC has to fight to survive because other people are trying to kill him so they can win the prize of having a wish granted. And his only tool is his servant. So it's basically the Batum version of the Holy Grail War, in a virtual world. I think this show has a much simpler premise than the other Fate installments, because from what I can tell so far, it's simply fight and be the last one to survive. And now for Steins Gate Zero. We got a new preview for the upcoming alternate ending to the original Steins Gate universe. So Steins Gate Zero takes place at the end of the original, but in the beta world line, where after not being able to save Christina, Okabe falls into a depression. In order to try to forget the past, he refuses to travel to the past again. However, a few months down the road, he meets a friend of Christina's who helps him to make an AI with Christina's memories. This new Amadeus version of her results in more worldline shifts, so we get to see the outcome of this story. And as of now, the release date is unknown, so we just have to wait and see. Now for the big news story for today. Sony recently announced that they were acquiring Funimation, and for you non-business savvy people, that basically means that they're buying control over the company. So according to the article, Sony Pictures spent $150 million to gain a majority stake of 95% of Funimation. Currently, Funimation has the rights and licenses to stream shows such as Dragon Ball, One Piece, Attack on Titan, and My Hero Academia. But with a big player like Sony now supporting the pockets of Funimation, they may have a bit more influence in the industry to buy some of the rights to streaming that Netflix and Amazon have been stockpiling so greedily. And it's not like Sony is new to the anime industry either, they just haven't been as big of a player with their Animax network. You also can't forget about the fact that Funimation was partnered with Crunchyroll, so here is just yet another example of the anime industry becoming bigger. I'm curious to see how Netflix and Amazon will respond. As of now, with Crunchyroll doing that streaming event with Twitch, and Funimation becoming much more influential, Netflix and Amazon will get left behind for not being as active with the community. So perhaps we'll get to see much more original anime from each of them in the near future. Alright, now for the new anime announcements. The Hibike Euphonium recap film, Todokatai Melody, got a new visual and a preview. If you'd like to watch the full thing, the link to that is in the description along with everything else that I talked about today. 3 new anime were also announced, Golden Kamuy, Osama Game, and Soul Hunter. And finally, we got a visual for the upcoming film 2-Car and the Neon Genesis recap film 3.0 plus 1.0. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the news today guys. As always, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this type of anime news content, then you already know what to do. Tomorrow I'll be starting the Fate Apocrypha miniseries, and Friday should be the Kakegurui special. So until then, ciao!